So what we have here, everyone, in our lower graph now, so we're looking at this graph down here at the bottom, is a graphical representation of market equilibrium. And what I've done to create this is I took our supply graph and I took our demand graph and I laid them on top of each other. And so you can see now we still have price, but instead of quantity supplied and quantity demanded, we just have quantity because we have both supply and demand on the graph. And as I mentioned a moment ago, you can see, I'm going to highlight this for us, that as the price increases, the supply also increases. So as we move to the right, we move up, because as the price goes up, the seller will provide more of that item. And you can also see that as the price goes down, the amount demanded goes up. And so the graph is going down, but it's also going to the right. So the price goes down, but the quantity goes up for demand. That's because people want to buy more of something when the price gets lower. And so one of these is good for the person selling it. The other one is good for the person buying it. Market equilibrium tells us where it is good for everyone. And so the supplier is getting a price that they feel is fair, and they are producing an amount that is meeting the demand that is out there, and the buyer has enough of what they need, and they are paying a price that they also feel is fair. That fancy thing is called market equilibrium, and it occurs right there where supply and demand meet. And so this is exactly like some of the work you've done in previous classes in solving systems of linear equations. It's where these two graphs meet. And that spot right there is market equilibrium. It is the place where both the seller and the buyer feel like they are getting a good deal and it is working out for them. And we're going to be talking through this using equations and solving systems of linear equations throughout the rest of this section. But that is what I feel is a pretty good explanation of supply, demand, and how they work together to find market equilibrium. Another way to think about market equilibrium is the price and quantity that has been negotiated. And so sort of like going to a flea market or a yard sale, and something is priced at $5 and you offer $2 and they come back with $4 and you say $3.50 and they say, okay, you've come to an agreement on both a price and how many you are going to purchase. And so that's another real world example of market equilibrium in a small scale with us at the flea market or the yard sale. So with that, everyone, we will move on to our problems for this section. I hope this is helpful, and I hope you have an awesome time with this assignment.